Here's a question on stoichemistry, and it says that upon heating 1.25 gram of a solid, 280 cm cube of a gas measured at STP were evolved, and a residue of 0.7 gram was left. Calculate the molar mass of the gas. Molar volume of a gas at STP is equal to 20.4. Hello guys, welcome to Learn Chemistry with Onye, and today we're going to be solving this question. So the question is asking us to calculate the molar mass of the gas. What gas? We weren't given the gas, but we're told that the gas evolved. So let's see, what are the parameters here? So we have 1.25 gram of a solid. However, what we've been told to calculate in this question is the molar mass of gas. So we have to look for the gas here. So the set of a gas measured at STP were evolved. So we see that 280 cm cube of a gas measured at STP were evolved, and a residue of 0.7 gram was left. So in this question, it means that the solid was taken and heated, and while the heating was going on, the gas in that solid was evolved. And by the time this happened, only 0.7 gram of solid was remaining, meaning that the amount that was lost, it's the amount of gas that was present in the solid. So how do we get our mass of solid? So this is the mass of the heated liquid. So let's get the mass of solid, the mass of gas. So this is the solid. This is the solid left after the gas was evolved. So minus 0.7. So let's see this. 1.25 minus 0.7, 0.55. So the mass of gas we have is 0.55 gram. Now, we have volume here, and we're talking about volume in STP. Now, whenever you're given a question like this, and maybe similar questions in chemistry, if it's a question involving equation, your job is to look at the standard units, the standard values, and then compare it with the experimental values. For example, in this question, there's a standard value here, and the standard value is the values at STP. Why is this called standard value? Because it is known. For example, everyone knows, or every chemistry student is supposed to know, that standard temperature is 273 Kelvin or 0 degrees Celsius. Standard pressure is 760 millimeter mercury. Standard volume is 22.4 dm cube. So these are some of the things that every chemistry student is expected to know, the standard values. So if you're seeing a question that you're seeing another temperature that is not 273, you're seeing another volume that is not 22.4 dm cube, it means that that temperature or that volume is an experimental value. So most of the time in calculations under chemistry, all we do is to do comparison. We are comparing between the standard thing and the experimental observation. So if normally we know that this is this, then what would this give? It's more like me asking you how much is $1,000. So for you to know how much $1,000 is that you have to know how much $1 is to Naira. So you have to go and say, okay, $1 is 1,000 Naira. So $1,000 is maybe 100,000 or 1 million. So you have to know the standard value for you to be able to calculate experimental value. So if I ask you, convert $22.6 to Naira, first of all, you're going to tell me that $1 is 1,000 Naira. So $22.6 will give you what? X. So this is how you're going to convert it to Naira, right? In the same way, it applies to chemistry. So let's look at this. At this volume, this gas was evolved. So at 280 cm cube, but since our STP is in dm cube, I'm going to change this to dm cube. So 280 divided by 1,000. And if you do this, you're going to get 0.28. So 0.28 dm cube volume gave off 0.55 mass of gas. Now, what will 22.4 dm cube of volume give off? So let's see. 22.4 times 0.55 divided by 0.28, 44. So the molar mass of the gas at STP. Remember that at STP is standard temperature, pressure, volume. So the molar mass of the gas at STP is 44 gram. This is the standard volume. So let's come here. We have A is 64, B is 44. So our answer corresponds to B. I hope you understand this.